Okay, here's the deal. I'm flying to Arizona to shoot a short film, and I'm the entire crew for this. This time I was actually hired, and I'm flying in to shoot the film, and then I'm just gonna hand over the footage and go home. Here's the real question. Can I pull this off with just this carry-on case right here? I'm gonna show you guys what's in this case when I reach my final destination. Rápido. Hey guys, we just landed in Phoenix, Arizona, and look who I picked up.
Which one? This one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and just walk all the way to the door.
I think this is
Done.
This guy here, I filmed several films for him, and we're doing a really special film for him right now. Can you tell us about your film?
Yeah, the title of the film is Second Option. I'm so happy to have the cinematographer here all the way from Florida. He's an excellent DOP.
For the camera and stuff that we're mainly using is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. And look what we can pack in this case, minus the Sony A7 series camera mounted to the gimbal. We got two lights here. We got the Aperture 60D. We have a bar light, which I actually have packed in here. And then for our tripod, we have the Peak Design Travel Series tripod. This thing is absolutely amazing to carry. The only issue that you're going to run into is that it has a ball head and it doesn't have a fluid head. There is a way to work around it, and I'm going to show you guys that. We got the DZO film 10 to 24 millimeter lens and IRX 45 T1.5 lens, and that's essentially it. I mean, of course we do have the 28 to 70 Sigma lens mounted onto the Sony camera, and this is what I think is really cool is the DJI LiDAR Focus Pro. Now, everything I just mentioned, it all fits in one SKB hard case, which is right here, and it is carry-on approved. And I use think tank dividers, and you know, they still had to check one bag with the light stands and the rigging gear, but that's it. All I have is basically two bags and two hands. That's the dream if you ever try dragging like 6 cases in an airport. It's kind of rough, right? So now being able to carry only 2 bags, yes. And look, I know that this is not the kind of setup you'll see in a big like YouTube gear breakdown. There's literally no flex here. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. I'm just showing you what actually works for me and for the way that I travel and shoot. And this tripod here is not the perfect thing for filming. Why? Because it does have a ball head. It doesn't have a fluid head. So you can't really get the cinematic kind of panning and tilting that you want. But you know, you can make it work by mounting actually the gimbal that I have here on this thing, and then you get some really cool shots. Here's the truth behind everything, okay? And I want you guys to keep this in your head. Gear's only useful if you can carry it and use it fast. Otherwise, it's just excess weight. So I cut everything that doesn't earn its place. That's what solo shooting forces you to do. It forces you to pack light and do what you need to do with it. Now, the moment I landed in Phoenix, there was no downtime, no hotel check-in, no food stop, no, hey, let's rest and regroup. We were filming within minutes, just a quick scene, you know. He was supposed to be some dialogue, but we ended up scrapping that. We're going to be filming that today in our parking lot of the hotel. Everything had to look good, so I had to grab the Sony a7S III just for that moment. Was it the same look as the Blackmagic? Absolutely not. But it was a trade-off that I was willing to make to get the shot fast, get in there, get out of there, and that's the kind of call you have to make on the fly. And like everything about this trip here is that kind of decision, fast, reactive, but with just enough planning ahead to make it feel intentional. And here's what's crazy. When I shot my last solo short film, Mia, I had to direct, DP, write, produce, carry gear, light scenes, manage actors, like everything. But this time, I was hired, right? I'm not directing, I just have to shoot and hand off the footage and go home. And even with that reduced responsibility, it's still a huge challenge. It's a huge burden on you because there's no crew, there's no safety net. It's just me trying to keep everything moving and moving, you know, efficiently. I think that's what I wanted this video to really say. I'm not here to tell you guys what gear you should buy and, you know, here's the best way to travel, but it's this. If you guys want to go make something, you can. You don't need perfect prep. You don't need a crew. You don't need a Red or a gimbal or an RE camera or even a cinema cart to do what you're called to do, you know? You just need to get started. You just need to go film something. I want you guys to take this as a grain of salt. Go and film something. Look, you guys can figure it out as you guys go along. You can work with what you have. You can shoot something raw and still make it powerful. And that is where I'm getting at, okay? Because that's what I'm learning all over again with this trip this week. And for the longest time, I've always thought, oh, I needed the best gear. I needed to do this. I need to bring this camera out. And it's way too much. It's way too much for one person to handle. And I had plans, like big plans for how this video would look. I wanted to shoot a full series and I thought I'd be filming every moment, documenting every step, giving you a clean, well-paced breakdown of what it's like to shoot a film solo, but real life showed up and real life doesn't always follow your schedule or your time. So I'm not going to pretend this is going to be some perfectly crafted travel vlog. It's not. It's me. I'm tired and a little disoriented from the time change. If you're someone who's been sitting on an idea, maybe waiting for the right time or the perfect setup or someone to go with you, just don't wait, okay? Don't. It won't be perfect, and you gotta keep that in your head. You're going to forget to press record. You're going to miss some B-roll. Your framing might suck, and you have those moments where you wonder why you even brought the camera, but through all that, you'll also get something real, authentic, and something raw, natural, right? You'll prove to yourself that you can do it, and that's more valuable than any gear list, you know, ever. Hey guys, thanks for watching this. And if you guys got something out of this, let me know in the comments. If you're actually just a one-man band yourself or you're chasing a project solo, you know, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about your journey. And if you guys are new here, I want to encourage you guys to subscribe. This is the kind of stuff I want to keep making, like real filmmaking from the ground up.